Small business owner? Entrepreneur? Want to learn how online marketing can improve your business?
Your questions.
Our advice.
This is Not a Real Job.
Welcome to episode 11D1, part 2 of Not a Real Job. The despair in my voice is coming from the fact that we recorded 10 minutes and then QuickTime crashed. So we're doing one mo again, as they say.
So really, it's not part 2 because we're not going to release a part 1.
Or will we? We still have your side of the audio. That could be like a little bonus feature.
Fill in the gaps. Oh, man.
Okay.
So let's quickly recap what we were talking about.
I mean, there was a fair bit of, let's say, bullshit leading up to what we actually began talking about, which was traveling.
But before that, I think a non-bullshit topic was happy birthday to number one superfan, Oz. Now, by the time that you hear this episode, it will be several days past your birthday, so happy belated. But we're recording it on Sunday, therefore close enough.
All right. Yeah. Happy birthday, Oz. Sorry that you didn't get the same spirit. We sang a song in the first one. It was pretty good. I did like a freestyle rap. Chris beatboxed. But unfortunately, that's been lost to
the sands of time.
Exactly. But then we scurried right along after some disparaging comments about other countries and cultures. So I think we should just skip right along to, I've been on the road a lot. I was in Wyoming and Colorado last week, and I was in Miami before that. Pretty cool. Mountains. And Chris has a butt disease again.
Yeah, but not a butt disease, just a sort of maybe food poisoning, food in destroying my stomach from the inside out, basically. Because the food here in Thailand, which is where I am, is super spicy and just not conducive to my digestive system. So that's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a couple lost days on in California due to a similar issue. So I feel you. I mean, those days are just hard to get much done.
Indeed. Although I have to say I was incredibly productive today, and thank goodness, because I've actually been on the road for a little over probably a week and a half now. And for basically that entire time, I've been super unproductive. So got a couple of solid hours of work in today that felt pretty good. But yeah, I actually I hit a personal achievement, which is that I have been in 10 countries this year.
Wow. That's amazing.
And by the time that I get back home, that will be 11. Now, technically, you could add 2 more or 3 more to that if you count layovers at airports where I did not leave the airport.
Right.
So I don't count those.
No.
But you could if you wanted to. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that.
That's incredible. So we'll give us the list then.
So the list is Spain, England, France, Sweden, America, Canada, Mexico, Japan, Singapore, Thailand. In a few weeks, I'm going to Vietnam. So that will be number 11. And I've also been through airports in Italy, the Philippines, and I will be going through Hong Kong
That's
by
amazing.
the end of the trip. So yeah, quite a lot of travel in this 2015 year.
Would you say that overall you've enjoyed it, or are you like, never again? I'm going to go home back to New York and just sleep till you die.
I'm definitely looking forward to getting back and settling in. I have to say that the travel to and around Asia has been kind of horrible. I was stuck on a flight for 15 hours, 18 if you count the first leg from New York to Detroit to get to Japan, which is where I started my trip. And that was just like a brutal trip. My back went out in the terrible economy seats. I was really sick on the flight. I had like a strep throat thing going on.
Jesus
so that
Christ.
was super not fun. I missed my flight to Singapore by like 20 minutes. So that ended up being like a $400 mistake. So yeah, I mean, and then I had to go through the Philippines, which, sorry, Philippines, I'm sure the rest of you is lovely, but the Manila airport is just like a joke. In fact, I saw on Skift like the next day, like Philippines promising to finally upgrade Manila airport. Like it's pretty much a joke in the industry how bad this airport is. No air conditioning, cash only in all of the food stalls, which are stalls. There are no sit down restaurants, and there's no ATM. So I was literally, 2 hours in this disgustingly hot Manila airport, could not eat, could not drink. It was brutal.
That sounds like I would pass out.
I came pretty damn close because also at this time I was still kind of sick from the strep throat thing. I just not feeling great. But yeah, other than that, Japan was incredible. I loved Japan. I really want to get back there. Singapore was great, although I was there for like less than 20 hours and asleep for like 8 or 9 of that. But the city's beautiful. It's very clean. Cheap food at the hawker stalls. So a lot of fun there. And yeah, now I'm in Bangkok until I guess a week from tomorrow or so. And then onward and upward.
That's incredible. Your life fascinates me.
It's exhausting though.
I'm
sure you know.
Absolutely. I've never done a flight that long, and I don't know that I'm capable of it. Not in economy, at least. I don't think I could. I don't think I will ever go on a flight of that length until I can afford to do it like in a first class pod.
Yeah. I definitely. I flew out on Delta, and it was a perfectly average, 14-hour flight. As good as it can be, all things considered. But I'm coming back on Cathay Pacific, which I'm pretty excited about because I hear that they have a really nice economy cabin.
Awesome.
And there's a possibility that I can get a points upgrade to business, which would be even better.
That's incredible. I mean, yeah, we get upgraded now that I've been traveling on US Air and American for most of my flights over the last year. I get pretty regular upgrades to business class on that, but we've been flying United recently.
I'm so sorry.
I know. Oh my God, the economy in United it's a nightmare. But I mean, the advantages of checking in online as soon as possible. Got free upgrades. I got a free business class upgrade from Denver to Toronto, which was great because that's a almost 5-hour flight. On a regional jet. Like tiny. Oh, tiny.
God.
Exactly.
So when you say business class upgrade, you mean like upgrade to economy sized seats on other planes?
Absolutely. Exactly what I mean by that. Yeah. So that was a lifesaver. But of course, then the next flight from Toronto to Halifax, it was a code share with Air Canada. But since I was upgraded on the United flight, that was an automatic upgrade to the Air Canada flight from Toronto to Halifax. So that was.
Now, does that flight go on a regional jet?
That was 737.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was actual business.
I was on my flight to Tokyo, from Detroit to Tokyo was a 747, which was the first time I had been on one.
I've never been on one.
It was pretty cool, have to say.
That's awesome.
I mean, aside from like the misery of the 14-hour trip, the plane itself was pretty nice. Also my in-flight entertainment system wasn't working. Like the touchscreen just was not responding, and it was popping up ads every 30 seconds. Like, brutal. Anyway, enough about
I'm trying to find
travel woes.
What's the biggest plane I've been on? It's whatever Air Canada uses to do their transatlantic from Halifax to London. It's not a 747 though, is it?
Does it have stairs?
No. It doesn't have stairs, son. It doesn't have the. Sorry, Leah's yelling.
I can hear.
Okay. No, it doesn't have stairs, so I don't think it's a 740. They might do a 747, but that's not the one that I've been on. But I think it's an Airbus.
That makes sense. Let's see.
It's honestly like what I mean by that is like the biggest plane that I've been on is probably the smallest version where you have 3 rows of seats.
Air Canada, Heathrow to Halifax flies a 767.
767.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's a mid to large size, long range, wide body, twin engine jet airliner.
Yeah. That makes sense. So that's the one. It doesn't have an upper deck, but it's got like the 3 seats on one side, then 4 in the middle, and then 3. Something like that.
3-4-3 configuration.
Yeah. That's what we call it in the industry. So that's the biggest I've been on. So 747, how was that? What was that like?
It was nice. It was a 3-4-3 as well.
Mm-hmm.
And me being me, I definitely, purchased the upgrade seat.
Oh yeah.
So you could be on for me, it's aisle on the center section. So one of the sides of the 4, because that way there's only one person who needs to climb over you in that, situation where someone needs to. You have the aisle so you can stretch out a little more. It's just the way to go.
Yeah. That's always the one that I pick, because the other advantage is if the plane's not fully booked, the first seats that they'll avoid putting people in is those 2 middle seats. So yeah,
I was actually on a flight the other day. I think it was Tiger Air, and that was in a 3-3 configuration, but I was on the aisle, and because the flight was not full, they were spacing people out aisle and window and leaving that middle open.
Oh yeah, that's the dream.
Just the best.
And if you can get like, I've been on flights where there's another, like, this is not a travel hack by any means, but if you get on a plane where you have to pay to be in the exit row, it's always worth the $30, because most other people won't pay for it. And again, if the flight's not fully booked, you get the whole exit row to yourself, which is the extra leg room and no people beside you.
Yeah. Something I'll also do, which is a 10% travel hack, I guess, is, after you do your online check-in and you confirm your seats and everything, I'll keep checking the seat checker on my phone. Like if I'm on a Delta's app is really nice for this. You can continue to watch the seats. And if I see that, within 5 or, and this is if I don't purchase an upgrade, but if within like 4 or 5 hours of the flight actually being ready to board, you can usually see how full a flight is. And that's always a great opportunity on pretty empty flights to just kind of upgrade yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fantastic. And the other thing, again, this is a travel hack in that it's common sense, but isn't for some people. If you don't have automatic lounge access, but you're going to be in an airport for more than 2 hours, it's always worth buying a day pass. You always buy access to the lounge, clean bathrooms. That's really the big advantage. And also almost all of them are free drinks. So why not go have yourself a little solo party? And
2 lounge related tips from me as well. Download the app Lounge Buddy.
Oh my God.
For iOS.
Yes, that is a lifesaver.
It's amazing. So you put in your flights, you put what airline you're on and anything, what airports you're going to and from. And then you can also, particularly if in the US, because I think this is less a thing in Canada, but you can put in credit card programs that you're a part of, and it will tell you, exactly what lounges you have access to. You can see pictures, you can see, all the benefits of each lounge. They're also starting to do it so you can actually pay for lounge access within the app at certain airports, which is pretty cool. So that's the first thing. Definitely get Lounge Buddy. And also, if you're in the US and if you can do it, get the American Express Platinum card. I believe there are some other cards that do this as well. But with Amex Platinum, you get free lounge access through Delta. If you're on a Delta flight, just completely free, just walk right in. And you get membership with Priority Pass, which is like a sort of like a club for accessing lounges. You get that for free. It's less useful in the US, but outside of the US, there are a lot of Priority Pass lounges. I was at one in the Singapore airport that was amazing. Great food, drinks, fast internet. So definitely, if you can get on that, especially if you do a lot of international travel.
Yeah, here's one little lounge. Okay, so first thing is the credit card I want but can't get because I'm in Canada is the City Advantage card, the Platinum Select MasterCard. According to the Points Guy, it is the best points card if you fly American, which I do.
I have it. It's fine.
Okay, well, that's allegedly.
I'll give you my card.
Oh, thank you. The other thing is, this is something I never tried before, but I think I'm going to try it next time. So I went up to the Maple Leaf Lounge at Pearson, which I did. I made a tactical error there. It's the best lounge in the domestic terminal, and because of that, it was packed. So I made a tactical error there, but I was going up the elevator to the lounge, and as I was getting off the elevator, the guy's like, the other person is like, "You go ahead." I was like, "No, like you go ahead first. I'm going to try to buy a day pass, so you'll get in quicker. Just like I don't want to hold you up." And he's like, "Oh, you're going to buy it? Like I have a guest. Just be my guest to get in." And that was amazing. I was like, "Thank you." So maybe next time I'm just going to ask other people in the elevator to the lounge if I can just be their guest to get in, and then save me money. It doesn't cost them anything.
Yeah. I've also seen.
I don't know if that's not allowed in the rules and regs. Airports.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure it's
pretend I never said
frowned
it
upon.
Yeah, but
we've said a lot of things maybe we should have said on the show. I don't think that's the worst.
Yeah, I mean, and also, I mean, we're best friends now. Me and what's his face.
Sure.
Yeah.
Good old Whatsy, I call him. Oh, man. All right. So we've got 16 solid minutes. Shall we?
Let's move on to gear picks. And I actually have one right off the dome here that I can do, because I am about to go put some stuff on the smoker, because that's right. This kid in his new home bought a grill.
Now, what on earth does a vegan cook on a grill?
Everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just asking.
All the stuff I would cook in any other way. I now cook on a grill. This is it's basically your beginner model. It's the Weber 14401-001 original kettle premium charcoal grill 22-inch black.
All about those great product names.
Absolutely. You know, I love them. Yeah. So this is, your entry level, charcoal grill, for your grilling, for your smoking, things like that. $220 Canadian. So I'm sure it's even cheaper in America. Only had it for a few days, but I'm really excited about it. It's Thanksgiving, as we mentioned today. So I'm in charge of cooking my own food because,
I don't think we had mentioned it was Thanksgiving.
Oh, on this version? Okay. We mentioned it before. So I'm going to...
It's fake Thanksgiving. Yeah. But anyway.
I'm going to smoke my tofurkey. So I actually need to go do that because I can smell that I think the charcoal's ready. So I'm going to...
smoke up.
Smoke up, as they say. I have been smoking a pipe now. I don't know if you saw that on Instagram. I'm into...
That's incredibly twee of you.
Yeah, well, I'm probably going to go smoke a pipe and do some grilling. So welcome to my life. I'm going to go put on my old man suspenders while I do it.
There you go.
What about you? What are you putting in there?
Before I left, I wanted to get a hard case for my MacBook, and I did. So I got the iBenzer 2-in-1. I don't know why it's called that, because it's really just, I guess it's two pieces. I don't know. But anyway, it is a soft touch plastic hard case that snaps onto your MacBook. I got it in gray, which is the best color, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. It's like $12. It was cheap. It was great. It works. And yeah, it's protecting my MacBook from the torment of the universe around us.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Check it out.
Lovely. Well, let's do some housekeeping, shall we?
We shall. We are all over the internet. You can find us wherever you do your interneting. We're on Twitter at NargCast, Facebook.com/notarealjob, notarealjob.com, as well as all the episodes, all the way back to episode 1. Go give them a listen. And if you like it, give us a review on iTunes. We'd really appreciate that. We're at notarealjob.com/iTunes or /Stitcher if you want to check us out on Stitcher as well. We are on Twitter ourselves at Chris Van Patten, at Joel Kelly. And of course, check out our app Firsthand. We'll fill you in on what's going on there the next week or so. But go check it out, askfirsthand.com, and you can win a set of Travel Pro luggage. So please, enter your email there. You'll get our newsletter, and you might win some.
Yeah.
Some
and
awesome
now that
luggage.
I am back in town for a week, they're going to see a lot more Firsthand updates that I'm sure Chris and I will talk about another time, since it's his bedtime now. But yeah, so stay tuned and definitely sign up, because shit's about to get real.
Indeed it is. Mm-hmm. So I think that does it for us. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, everyone. Have great lives. I miss you.
Ciao.